Okay. 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 So, might as well say welcome everybody to another episode of How Far Can I Make It? Tonight we are playing... Dang it, AJ. Tonight we're playing Devil May Cry 5. Oh, shoot. No, wait, we're not doing Mission 11. We're not doing Mission 11. Son of a bunny.
Our last hope, Nero.
My God, V, you talk so quiet. You talk like this. I apologize. Back to the main menu. Back to the main menu. Mission select. Dante must die. Alright. I actually like how they try and give you as much information about this game, about the history of this game, and like the like just kind of like the lore of the series as possible without shoving it down your throat. Like you can jump into this game. Hey, Scott.
So AJ was in here and now he's gone. What's
He's
happening?
He's doing homework. He was on his phone, and the connection keeps crapping out.
Oh, okay. I got
Yeah,
it.
I'm streaming an episode of How Far Can I Make It right now. So if you want to join in on that, feel free. I'm playing Devil May Cry 5.
Greetings, audience.
Exactly. We have one person, and no offense to you, person, but you may be a bot. I don't know. I didn't like saying that either, because if they're not a bot, then, you know...
It could be Smith.
No, that would be nice.
Because remember, he does follow you on Twitch. I'm watching V for Vendetta before it gets taken off Netflix forever.
It's getting taken off Netflix?
Yep. On last day they're gonna have it is December 31st. I think they're probably gonna move it to HBO Max because technically it is a DC property.
Okay, can I say this? And I'm probably very alone in this opinion. There are way too many freaking
Streaming services?
Yeah. Like...
Yeah. But that's how they get you. They move a show or a property that you like exclusive to that thing, so then you're forced to get it. Like Disney Plus, I almost feel like with the coming year, I have to get it. Because if I don't, I'm gonna be behind in the lore and references in Marvel movies now.
Yeah. I will say this.
And the other thing is that I almost feel like I would have to get HBO Max at some point because, or unless I go to the theater and am very, very careful, I think I know what my birthday movie's gonna be this year.
What?
Wonder Woman 1984.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of Wonder Woman, the lady who directed Wonder Woman, Patty Jenkins, and she's also directing Wonder Woman 1984, she is making a movie for Disney Plus about Rogue Squadron.
You know,
I didn't know this, but her chief motivation behind making the movie was her father was a fighter pilot.
Okay.
Her father was a fighter pilot who died in Vietnam. But yeah, like she said, like one of her fondest childhood memories was watching her father and his squadron go up on like maneuvers and stuff like that, like on the base she lived at. I will be back.
Okay. So I will say this, it does suck that this game doesn't let you have multiple saves, but I will say that it's really cool that, you know, I don't have to remember, okay, which one do I have I unlocked everything, or as much in, or whatever, you know? So, yay. Anyway, because, yeah, I'm not dumb enough to go up against Urizen without my Devil Breakers and at least my Devil Breakers and my Devil Trigger, you know?
I can take you with no one.
Also, you don't know. I will announce that. Oh, yeah! One thing I absolutely hate about Dante Must Die and every single gameplay mode following it is... the motherfucking...
Can I trust you? Demons helping each other out? What's the world coming to?
Is that your one advantage is basically shared to every single teammate. Demons, Devil Trigger, and Dante. Yeah, no, that's yeah,
I am here.
So, you know what I forgot about Dante Must Die?
Yes.
Demons can double tap. Like,
I knew that.
Yeah, I forgot that. If you don't kill them fast enough, they will get stronger.
Yep. It's essentially a DPS race.
Yep. By the way, I'm gonna be time because
Cross. Sparta streaming, by the way.
Hey Cross, okay. I'm doing an episode of How Far Can I Make It on
Ah. What difficulty?
Dante Must Die. I was going to do Heaven and Hell mode, since it automatically gives you a 3 life limit.
So, question.
There we go.
Are you going to get the special edition?
So, okay, and I was going to announce this at, once the episode is over, but, basically what's going to happen is I am going to, yes, I am going to get the Virgil DLC, or, oh, mother, oh, that's right, the freaking mosquito ones can heal. I am going to get the Virgil DLC after Christmas comes out, and on Christmas Eve, I am going to stream, or start streaming the DLC.
I'm still mad that in that panel, that YouTube video just cut off, like, in the middle of the credits.
Oh!
Well, I'm just mad about the panel in the Game Awards, period, man.
No, the panel at Kineticon when we saw the DMC crew.
Oh yeah, the video that was recording them that cut off the moment Scott started to speak.
Yeah. Thanks, Internet. Or thanks, guy who forgot to charge the camera batteries.
Dang, Rico, you look like you went through some hell, bro.
Me?
No, Rico.
Oh.
Looks like you lost Rico.
Are you playing Just Cause?
Yeah, 4.
Oh yeah, that's
that game.
Rinsmunk.
That game is awesome.
I've only played 2.
Speak up, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you like crystal clear.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Yeah, Just Cause is free this month.
Yeah, Just Cause is free this month, and they kind of released a trailer for Just Cause Mobile, which no, they should have just made a new game.
Just Cause Mobile, like,
that requires more money.
They are due, but you know what though? They might do the thing that EA did. It might come out with a sequel or a remaster of the first game, because That's what they did with Command and Conquer when they had Command and Conquer for mobile. I think it was like Command and Conquer, not Generals, because that was a PC game. Factions or something like that. It was called, and they had like a teaser for it. And people were like, "Oh my God, it's a new Command and Conquer game," and they found that it was like a strategy game, yes, but it was like based on like hexagons, like build your base and stuff. It looked really dumb.
Like
and a lot of fans and a lot of people who were fans of Command and Conquer were livid that like that they would tease a Command and Conquer game and it's a mobile.
Oh no! Nothing I think ever equates to your rage.
Well, I didn't quite finish. However, EA responded a year later by announcing that they teamed up with the original dev team to make a remaster of Command and Conquer, of the original Command and Conquer, and Command and Conquer Red Alert, which are both fan favorites, especially Red Alert, which deals with an alternate history where the Cold War goes hot. However, we don't nuke each other because nukes don't exist, because somebody went back in time and
stop the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, or
no, because what it was is that in the original, in Red Alert 1, Albert Einstein goes back in time, kills Hitler, so World War II doesn't happen, so he does it, so Einstein and the rest of the Manhattan scientists don't have to make the atom bomb.
Oh, wow.
However, it leads to a Second World War happening anyway. This time it's between the Allies and the Soviets.
That makes sense because, you know, Russia's still going to turn communist.
Yes.
Hold on, Dante.
Wait, why are they all girls?
Oh no, there are female soldiers in the army that you are fighting.
Well, the entire platoon just took out is all female.
So what I love about the prologue mission,
Rico Rodriguez is an equal opportunity ass kicker.
Yeah, that sounds about right. He just hates. I don't know. The one thing he does actually has a serious racial bias against his ninjas.
Yeah, nothing really equates to when Diablo, when they announced the Diablo game, but it was a mobile game.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that?
See, that's the thing. You don't take a hit franchise and turn it into a mobile game for the sake of obviously making money.
Look at Diablo.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
that's
he just said that. AJ, check to see if your headphone levels are higher.
This doesn't count because
high enough for you to
Here's
hear.
the thing, I'm further away from my mic right now, that's why. I don't have
Oh, so you're hearing us from across the room.
I'm hearing you through the TV, yes.
Alright.
You finally gave up on your phone and just turned on your PlayStation.
Yeah, I'm just using my computer at the moment.
Huh. This Dr. Pepper cream soda's not that bad.
Dr. Pepper, my man.
I know, but I'm not a fan of
Dr. Pepper's alright. It's not personally my favorite.
Okay, so
my favorite soda is actually Coke Cherry Vanilla.
Ooh, my God, Coke.
Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. It's just Vanilla Coke. Because I had Cherry Vanilla Coke, and I found that I got real tired of the taste really quick.
So basically, Dr. Pepper is like Vanilla Coke, but not as good.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, what I love about the prologue mission of 5 is that, technically speaking, me getting beaten by Urizen doesn't count as a death or a loss of life, because...
Yeah, because you're destined to lose.
Yeah. Although you
Unless
can't...
you're really good and beat the fight at the beginning of the game.
And the fact that they predicted that someone might be able to do that, and they had that cheesy ending thrown in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, you know, if you want to watch the cutscenes to this game, go watch my walkthrough of Devil May Cry 5. It's on a playlist on my YouTube channel.
This is kind of fun.
God, this is one of Hugo Weaving's like best performances. I love this movie.
Oh, but to answer your earlier question, Scott, and actually ask another question. When you asked if I was going to get Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition...
Am I going to get it?
No. You asked me if I was going to get the Special Edition. Did you mean that was I going to get the Virgil DLC?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I'm going to get the Virgil DLC.
And from what I've heard, Virgil is a blast to control.
You know what?
Like...
Go talk. You know what? I would love to pull Beta into this chat and talk to her about this because she has PS5. She's played the special edition. She's already played. She's already beaten the Virgil scenario.
We might have to make a new chat for that.
Probably, but yeah, no. I would love to get her input on Virgil. You know.
Hey Scott, I need your Crosshairs. I need your guys' help on something, by the way.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay.
Is it
Well,
psychology related?
Huh?
Is it psychology related?
No. So here's the thing. Me and Sparta made a bet. I'm obviously not going to say what the bet is. If he wins, I'd have to get Corpse Party. The thing is, though, I don't know what game he should get if I win.
Yeah, a lot of the games
you asked him to get Project Wingman, but...
No.
Do you know the specs of your PC, Sparta?
No, I didn't, actually.
No.
I told him to get Armored Core.
My computer is a gaming PC, yeah, so, but it's specified for answer, and my PC is... so basically, it's not just getting the game, I need to repair it.
Yeah, so basically he should have a
Project Wingman would be the better choice because he would probably need to do very minimal stuff. Just computer would probably run it since it's already a gaming rig.
Also, there's a demo for it that he can try to verify whether it works or not.
And also to get yourself accustomed to the controls, in case, you know, AJ wins.
I'm letting this cutscene play because I'm talking, but also because Nero fighting in this game is honestly hilarious. Like that one part where like he's just riding one of the bug demons. It's just like I love it. That's like one of my favorite things out of this game. Have you gotten this game, Scott?
DMC5? No.
That's what someone should get you for DMC5.
Yeah,
I think I know what I'm getting for my Christmas/birthday. That will probably be Ghost of Tsushima because I don't want to play Black Ops Cold War because I've heard horror stories.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk, I heard, has bricked people's PlayStations.
Yeah,
that's
the company's lost stock because of Cyberpunk.
God damn it, CD Projekt Red. You were meant to save 2020. But no, Ghost of Tsushima had to do that for you.
And you know what? Now we have no choice to be mad at you, because who are we going to get mad at? Keanu Reeves? That man's impossible to get mad at. He's just too nice.
You can't get
I simp for no woman, but that man, I bow to him.
I'll be honest.
I just give him a hug for being in a poorly optimized game.
Well, apparently it runs fine on PS5 and Xbox Series X.
It also runs well on the PS4 Pro, but on base PS4s and on Xbox Ones, it runs like...
This is why I was so, like...
Most of its problems are actually texture pop-in. Some people are experiencing crashes. A lot of people say the gunplay is too weak. But I mean, it's an RPG game. It's like saying if you want a person who casts spells to be the most broken character in the game. It would be like me saying, "Oh hey, I want to give Barret the strength of Cloud's sword strikes at the beginning of the game." It's like no, because then it's a shooter.
That's a new
Cyberpunk
game
is supposed to be a cyberpunk RPG game with gunplay being secondary.
Die, Krampus!
Speaking of gunplay, I'm gonna probably finish up Hell's episode 3 right now.
It's Perfection
Oh,
Perfection Vault.
Scott, did you see Prosty's rating of 100
Yes.
likes. Prosty for his stream charity rated like views in hundreds.
Oh, ProZD.
Yeah, Prosty.
He
Which,
dished
I'm
my girl.
honestly surprised that my nephew, with all that he knows about like YouTube and stuff like that, like he didn't know that
ProZD
that
exists.
what?
He-
Can you hear
was- I
Alucard
was
laughing
guessing.
through my microphone?
Yes, I can hear Alucard laughing.
Oh
was
shit,
gonna
that's
say-
a life.
Don't
That's
don't
life.
lower your volume because of that. I still enjoy hearing Crispin Freeman's voice.
Well, I'll pause it for a second, but I'm honestly surprised that my nephew didn't know who ProZD was, or that he voiced Black in Borderlands 3, because my nephew loves Borderlands 3.
This
You
one.
never heard of ProZD? And I showed him a couple of his clips.
He's also the he's one of the characters in the new season of Redstone.
He is.
What does he get? What's his animal again? He's the manager of the
I should have probably said that more surprised sounding. Just realized.
Game of the year, best narrative, The Last of Us Part 2. I'm sorry for bringing that up again. I'm just
No.
I'm so pissed.
And
Somebody,
you know what's
somebody
crazy
made a
is that
parody video of that, where
Thank
you
you,
know what's
Squad.
on everything, including Easter.
you know what's nuts is that I was honestly surprised. I thought this was like a small scale like release game that not a lot of people played it, and I thought and because I was talking about this game last night is 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, and yo in the GameSpot like community posts that they put on their YouTube channel where they were talking about like all like the award recipients, people were like, "Oh my god, 13 Sentinels so good, it should have won. Oh my god, its narrative is a masterpiece." And dude, I saw how big and how deep the narrative in that game goes. That should have won. That I dare say that possibly could have won against FF7.
Ooh, that's a bold claim right there.
Like, dude, I might get that game, even though I know it's gonna take like hundreds of hours to get, but
Motherfucker, you still have Tales of Berseria to finish.
I know, and FF7 to finish.
Wait a minute. Wait. What if I can make Sparta get Tales of Berseria if I win the bet?
You know what? I'd be more than happy to do that.
Oh yes. Oh,
You know
dude,
what?
you would love that game. Yo, Christina V, frickin' rocks into that
Sorry.
Okay, yeah. So if I lose the bet, I will get Tales of Berseria. If I win, when Corpse Party, the PS4 version of Corpse Party is released, either this year or next year, you have to get that.
I'm surprised you suggested Corpse Party over FF7 or something else, but you know what? Fuck it.
Here's
game. No,
the
that
thing.
would be me.
Yeah, no, that would be him. So, hey, Scott, do you want an idea of what our bet is? Just
No, don't spoil, don't spoil, don't spoil.
AJ kind of told me,
Fuck.
he kind of vaguely, that a certain something would have happened to a certain character this season.
You could just say you could just say Penny since Crossers doesn't give two fucks about Ruby.
Yeah,
No,
okay, so,
you didn't say Penny.
Guys, aren't you guys still live?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're live.
So you just spoiled what I was watching Sparta's thing.
I get the feeling that
What?
if anybody is watching My Devil May Cry 5, How Far Can I Make It, they may not be a fan of Ruby, but if they are, go watch the newest episode of Ruby, because the newest one releases tomorrow. Unless this is the future. Then in that case, the newest one's already come out, so go watch last week's episode. Or
What a lovely house.
the episode that released the first Saturday of December.
Sparta, you're fine.
Okay, anyway, so Penny...
And to that, I have to say this. Don't say anything for the next like 30 seconds, guys. Yep.
Fuck off, Alucard. But you know what? Okay, yeah. The bet has been changed. Sparta, you must get Tales of Berseria if I win the bet.
And for those who don't know, basically Penny is currently...
Oh, never mind.
It sounds like Scott already knows.
No, literally that is how AJ phrased it, was that a certain thing would happen to a certain character. He didn't emphasize which character it was.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my bad. I can never do that damn heat charge properly on Nero.
Oh,
I suck at it. Yeah, the Exceed. I suck at it. Like, I genuinely suck at playing Nero, both in 5 and 4.
I feel like 5 gets a bit more complicated, but yeah, 4 especially if you're going from 5, because it's basically more elaborated on. Oh, son of a bitch! Freaking tentacle rape. Alright, that's life too. So my advice actually for my heroes in Elite Agent is go into combat very fast. But there is an ability where after an attack, if you time it properly, you can prevent it after an attack. So my suggestion for that is jump as you're attacking, tap the left trigger. L2, that's going to be your best bet. Oh, this thing has a double trigger too? What the hell? This isn't even a demon. This is just a blob of tentacles. Operating Wi-Fi. Okay, we're gonna break it.
Okay, Rico's definitely chilled out since last time I played with this guy.
Oh,
He still has the
yeah!
accent, but he's not no longer, you know, the freaking weirdo hothead.
Hey, tough guy. That'll keep him, but not for long.
What do you mean?
Soldier Boy said city's gone to hell and back, taken over by the underworld. Not just here, but everywhere.
Yamato did this.
Last night, a terrorist attack was launched against the Project Iyama facility. By the spirit donor.
Always bet on red. Ha! Alright, I got one more life and I'm on to mission 2. Quifod. The Quifod. It's a...
Always bet on red.
I thought it was always bet on black. Gambling is confusing.
Yeah.
That's it. No more wheels from here.
Blah blah blah.
Hey, we doing this or what?
Father would be disgusted with the monster you become. You two traitors can discuss. Daughter to my chopper.
So, you gotta wonder, since they're done telling the story of the Sons of Sparta in Devil May Cry, are they going to do, like, an entirely new character, or are they gonna move over to Nero?
Prequel series of Sparta fighting Mundus.
See, that's what everybody wants.
That's what I would think. Well, actually, we may get the Demon Knight Sparta, but not in the game. I'm willing to bet they're gonna cross that over with Castlevania somehow.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Well, actually, or they might not, because Castlevania Season 2... Have you seen Castlevania Season 2?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, you know about... By the way, spoilers for anyone on Twitch watching. They did confirm there is a multiverse theory, so it might not even have to cross over.
You could just have Sparta come over, you know? Ooh, with Yamato! Come over with Yamato, by Yamato's power.
But that's the thing, though, is that really only one character in Castlevania Season 2 dealt with traversing, like, universes. If that is... I mean, if you're saying that is basically why we would need a crossover between the two, we would also need a crossover between the world of Cyberpunk and The Witcher and Castlevania and Devil May Cry. Because technically, the characters in the characters in The Witcher can travel between dimensions. Shit, humanity isn't even native to the world The Witcher takes place on. Humanity got dumped there.
Huh, interesting.
Thousands of, like a couple thousand years before the events of the series.
So, I will say this, I know that the guy who did that did Castlevania is planning to do something with Devil May Cry.
Yeah, Adi Shankar. He is doing a Devil May Cry series.
He also wants to do something with Assassin's Creed. So that was interesting. Like,
yes, they actually confirmed that about 2 months ago that he is also working on Assassin's Creed series, but he's going to do the Devil May Cry series first.
Well, absolutely. I mean, Ubisoft's going to make Assassin's Creed.
I am too.
And even
however,
that,
the Assassin's Creed thing they have confirmed will be an original story, which means that we might get a region that has never been seen in Assassin's Creed.
What if he does do that?
Actually, a place that a lot of people don't look at that had a big political history and conflict. Most actually was between the Spanish people that lived there, so you could put the Templars or some remnant of them there. Is the campaigns of Simon Bolivar and how he wanted to create a United States of South America. So you could have an Assassin's Creed game set in South America.
So technically speaking, Liberations did. No, wait, no, they went to Mexico.
They went to Mexico.
Yeah. Okay.
The state that Bolivar tried to set up is now modern day Bolivia, Colombia, Venezuela, and Ecuador. So you could have places that go, you could have places that be like small cities, you could have lush jungles, you could have river basins, you could have high, like, mountains in the Andes. Like, there's a lot of places you could go to.
Okay.
And you could even have the ship combat, like what was in Black Flag.
And in, actually, Black Flag is definitely the penultimate of ship combat. But Valhalla does have some pretty good ship gameplay. I'd say Odyssey is. So I feel like it goes for naval combat. Nothing until they bring back cannons and shit. Nothing's gonna top that. But I feel like it goes. Ironically, Rogue, Black Flag, and.
Black Flag ship combat was so good, Ubisoft straight up was going to make a game just based off of being a pirate and having big, like, ship-to-ship battles with other players.
They did. They did an Assassin's Creed game for Assassin's Creed Pirates.
Yeah, but there was supposed to be a console game for the Xbox One called Skull and Crossbones, and I don't think it ever materialized to anything.
Well, I think that it eventually got dropped because of Sea of Thieves. Oh, you die! I know it's not Ubisoft property, but it is probably okay. This is like the property. Why don't we move on?
Well, not a conflicting property. It was probably just they had so many things in development all at once, so they just couldn't find the time to set aside a team to actually finish it.
Yeah, I mean, I am happy that they're bringing back Prince of Persia. You know, that's like one of my favorite franchises. I
was honestly surprised. Like, yes, the Game Awards were kind of, rigged, but I was very happy with some of the announcements that they made. Actually, one of the games that they showed last night, which is called the Callisto Protocol. That the trailer for that actually has a bunch of Easter eggs to Dead Space in it.
Really?
Which makes sense because it's actually made up. The game is actually being developed by Striking Distance Studios, which is headed by and has some former employees of Visceral Games who worked on Dead Space.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Basically a wide riot machine gun.
But yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I was not expecting a Perfect Dark remake to get announced.
Oh, they announced a remake of Perfect Dark?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, Cross, by the way, you are wrong. Perfect Dark was not GoldenEye before GoldenEye. GoldenEye was GoldenEye before Perfect Dark, because GoldenEye came out in '97, Perfect Dark came out in 2000.
So,
Making it easy for me.
I will say this, I am happy that Sephiroth got announced for Smash, but I feel like they're intentionally snubbing Shantae.
Bro, you need to see Maximilian Dude's reaction to that reveal. It is priceless.
Yeah, send me a link by phone. You get a chance.
He was like me when I saw the trailer, when I saw the teaser for Ace Combat 7. I was like, oh my god, they're doing another...
I feel like...
And then it came out.
Yeah, and then it came out.
What, Ace Combat 7?
Yeah.
Me and Scott enjoyed that game a lot for like the first 6 months that it released, and then the more, but we realized,
and the more
especially
we looked at and analyzed the story, the more and more we realized that the story is horribly flawed. Like, it's almost...
It's one of those things where the more you think about it, the worse it gets.
No, because here's the thing. I bet, because I was thinking to myself about, because I was drawing comparisons between Ace Combat 7 and what The Last Jedi was supposed to be, because the guy who was originally supposed to direct The Last Jedi was Colin Trevorrow. And actually, no, Colin Trevorrow was supposed to direct Rise of Skywalker. And what he had for Rise of Skywalker, if it had not been for The Last Jedi, and had they not, like, you know, put Abrams back in to do Rise of Skywalker, it would have been epic. It would have been on par with, like, what was it? The Empire Strikes Back. Like, but for the good guys. Like, it would have been huge. Like, it would have been such a good movie.
I don't mean to be a dick, and I can't confirm this is actually correct, but what does that have to do with Ace Combat 7?
Because with 7, the thing is that it's someone wrote the story.
What the fuck?
They made it to a certain point, and then they were just like, oh no, we're gonna start from the beginning and do it fresh all over.
Halfway through development, yeah.
Yes, halfway through development. And I almost have a feeling like if they had gone with the original idea, instead of being like, oh, well, we're kind of worried of where this will go, let's go backtrack. That's the thing. That's the reason why I have trouble with self-critique, is because I feel that, like, if I take a step back and do something stupid, story, like, writing-wise, it's going to be dumber than what I originally had in mind.
Yes. Dice demons.
Yeah.
That essentially, for the sake of effective world building and for, you know, like, not taking as much time, I would just cut corners and make narrative bloopers.
Would you say that's one of the reasons you haven't really started writing that much yourself?
Yes. Absolutely.
I do hate to say this, Scott, but the sad thing is that the only way to really get over your fear of self-critique is to start writing and get some form of critique, or get something critical against your story. That's literally the only way to deal with it, and it's not a comfortable process. Me, Killer, and KC can definitely confirm this. Whenever you're trying to bring up ideas, or you're trying to write chapters, and then and either one of your friends or a couple of your friends, and even yourself to an extent, start looking at your chapter realizing it isn't as good, it kills self-esteem a lot, and it does definitely hamper your thing for writing. The thing is, and this is why I highly recommend sharing it with friends, as if this story that me and Killer have worked on haven't already shown that, you really do need to share your work with as many people as possible, and however many people are interested in working on the story with you, it makes it so much better to just, like, write things down, bounce ideas around, and just work on chapters together to make them as best as you think you can make it.
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's why I want to... Part of the problem I'm having...
I feel like what I need is a
Hold on,
editor.
Scott. Let Sparta finish real quick.
Part of the problem I'm having with Zero Dolls is that I'm having a very hard time trying to start it. Like, I know a lot of, like, the key plot points, and I know somewhat where I want it to go.
I can make this
Problem is that I'm having a hard time trying to go great. And, like, I feel like if I don't start it off right, that it's just gonna be... Like, like, I feel like if I don't start it off right, it's gonna make the rest of the game, since this is something I'm trying to turn into, like, a video game, it's gonna make the rest of the game less small, not as enjoyable, you know? Because ultimately,
my way through.
because it's gonna be something big for RPG Maker,
He doesn't seem like a demon to me.
that beginning, that opening, I feel like has to be able to grab you and say, hey, you know, yeah, this isn't as fancy looking as, like, you know, Resident Evil 7, but we got a really good story coming up. If you stick around, you'll be very surprised. You know?
I'll say this, Sparta. When it comes to writing a beginning chapter, I'll just say this. 90%, and my writing teacher ended up saying this as well. 99% of rough first drafts have terrible beginnings.
Yes.
That's unavoidable. It's a guarantee that your beginning isn't going to make a lot of sense, and that's why I got to do so much rewriting for the first chapter in order to get it like on track and make sure it's proper. In fact, this was an issue I struggled with a lot because, believe it or not, I've started writing a lot of different stories for myself, but literally none of them got past like the first chapter or so, aside from the one that me and Killer were working on. Because I would start a chapter, I wasn't sure where it was going, I would finish it, then I'd read it again, realized it really wasn't going anywhere, and then I just didn't really know how else to fix it, and so I would end up scrapping it. The only reason the story that me and Killer are working on, and one of the stories that Scott is actually watching himself, the only reason that ended up taking off is because my rough draft, while it was terrible, was still at least decent enough to where Killer and a couple of his friends ended up getting their attention. They wanted to see more. So by that point, I ended up continuing the story despite the rather flawed beginning chapter. Killer started taking a part in it. KC started taking a part in it. And by then, we already had a good foundation for and middle ground for the story, but we just needed to fix the beginning chapter. And we've already done that. All beginnings suck. You just have to work on them and have them adjust. And honestly, another thing that I wanted to say, and Scott, I don't want to be critical of this. This is something I wanted to say.
Scott had to.
No, I'm
okay.
still here.
Oh, I thought you had to walk away.
Never mind that. But Scott, remember
so
how?
It's gonna be something you're gonna say behind my back. Okay, I get it.
No, I didn't mean to say anything behind your back. It's just I didn't think you left us, but I said you did. All right, fair enough then. But Scott, what did you say? Didn't you say that one of the reasons why you don't start writing is because you usually want to like figure everything out first and just think of what you need to do first?
Yes. I realize I really need to just take like a few blank sheets of paper, put some bullet points, and as ideas come, just put them like down for just ideas.
Allow me to take a quote. Allow me to take this quote real quick.
Creating art is like jumping off a cliff and building your wings on your way down. If you want to only start when you know exactly how to get everything right, you never actually will.
And that's pretty much the basis for what I have to say. And I'm gonna be entirely real. Me, you, and Killer, and KC have all brainstormed dozens of different ideas for this story. But when we actually started this story and continued it, almost all of the ideas that we actually used in the story were ones that we created when the story was being written, not before it was written. Quite frankly, if you want to try to plan out everything, you want to do it after you started writing a rough draft for the story, not before. Obviously, you want to have a basis for your plan of writing, because duh. But the most basic writing advice I can give you is you have at least a basis for where your story is going to go. If you want to think of ideas and where you want your story to go, you got to start. You got to find a way. You got to just find a way to start. And even if the rough draft of it isn't good, you're still going to have a better basis, and you're still going to be able to make your story better.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not claiming
of it being a rough draft. Rough being the key word.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's not going to be a soft draft.
I'm not claiming to be a writing expert. I'll be straight with you. I don't think I'm a good writer.
You want to get me a little bit more motivated because you really seem very motivated to see how my story goes.
Yeah, I am, and honestly, I don't mean to do that because I know one of the things you said back then is that if I kept bringing it up, the less you wanted to do it. So I know that this kind of stuff isn't something you really want to hear, but at the same time, it's just like, if I don't try to say something, I'm not sure when you're going to start it. And that's sad to me because I really want to fucking see it. That shit is really cool to me. And it's really cool to Crosstears who heard it, and for Sparta, and for most of the Demon members who, Demon Lord Omega actually shared her story behind her back to the Demon members, and they liked it. Sorry.
I just got back from making food. What's going on?
Secret tunnel.
Talking about writing stories, Crosstears. I was just using.
And I mean, the thing is that I
AJ Scott and Sparta.
Now that I think about that,
yes, because I have a max volume on my headphone and it's not on my ears.
I don't mean to make this sound kind of fucked up, but yeah, the fact that I want to turn this into like a anime-inspired story, and I get the approval of a person who has watched many anime and read many manga and is Japanese, like, despite the fact that, yeah, and given the fact that I'm setting my story in Japan, like, yeah, I'm hitting notes right somewhere.
That's definitely good to hear.
Which story is this, and who is this?
The story is a concept story that I have. The working title as of right now is Arena.
Sparta, you heard this first chapter. You read it.
Crazy.
It's been a while.
Man with
It is about a near future conflict between an alliance of Russia, North Korea, and essentially Iran starts a big war in the Middle East. Like, they're just like enough of the proxy shit, and they're just Russia, but this isn't until Russia has a major coup, and essentially the military takes over, and they start to rapidly militarize the country by using, by essentially, they mobilize, like all like the oil industries and natural gas and resource industries. So Russia makes a crap ton of money, and they all start pouring it into their military to rebuild the old Soviet era essentially ultranationalist Russia. And North Korea, and the reason why North Korea joins this alliance between Russia and Iran
Scott, can I pause? Can I pause you for a second? Alright. That is 3 lives. Wait, hang on. No, yeah, this is the 3rd time I've died. So yeah, no, unfortunately, this is the end of our stream. I figured this is probably where I was going to get killed. Unfortunate.
What part did you get killed on?
You played the demo for 5, right?
No.
Okay, well,
wait, you died on the bridge?
No. Not fighting the Goliath. Not fighting the Goliath. No. The little, like, bar room before that.
Oh, you died in there? Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, a freaking demon got behind me and just slashed away the rest of my health.
That sucks.
I mean, this is
Well, I was
probably
gonna say, the reason for North Korea joining the
See you guys tomorrow for more Assassin's Creed. Alright, you were saying?